Hello, welcome to the Space Book. It's a bright, sunny Friday night. The pubs may still be closed, but our mouths aren't. This is the first of 3 live stream events here, reliving and celebrating the darkly comic British thriller, The Killing Zone. I'm Dan Hadley, and I've opened up the crosshairs to pick off some viable targets to pull in as guests on this show. You can run, but you can't hide. I think they've had it coming for quite a while. And once you've checked out The Killing Zone and listened to what they've got to say tonight, I'm sure you'll agree to. First of all, though, it's time to bring in friend of the channel, writer and director of The Killing Zone himself. It's Ian David Diaz. Where are we? And here he is.
Hello.
Hi, Ian. How are you tonight?
I'm all right. We're in to go, as always.
Ready to go back in time, back to your dark, distant past when you were doing unspeakable things tucked away in various parts of North London, wasn't
it? Well, London in general. We shot everywhere. You know, we shot everywhere.
Guilty as charged. Guilty as charged. So, who should we bring in next? Well, I tell you what. Before we get stuck in too deeply, just clarify. The Killing Zone was your first film, wasn't it? Your first full-length film.
Mm-hmm.
And when did you shoot it, and when was it released?
I think we shot it in 1987, and then we took a whole year editing it, and it got released in '99. I'm not sure though. I'm not sure. I mean, as I said, the film would never have gotten made if it wasn't for Julian, I guess, because Julian was the producer and he took a lot of crap during the shoot. So God bless him.
Well, do you think that Gavin may know? Should we ask Gavin? This is Gavin Bearfield Boyd, who was the first assistant director on The Killing Zone. Gavin, have you any idea when you shot this thing?
I think it was 1999. I think you did. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you're buzzing for some reason.
Am I buzzing?
Yeah.
Don't know how.
You're Darlicking, as we say, in live stream land.
Hang on. How about if I go back a bit? Can that work?
No. Maybe we should just turn it off and turn it on again. That's what they always say.
Should we ask?
Hello?
Yeah, you're still buzzing, pal.
Oh dear.
Why don't we bring in our other guests as well?
Yeah.
First of all,
we've got the technical difficulties.
You can take your sound off at the bottom where it says mute. Yeah, if you want to. And then...
Yeah. So here we are. We've got 3 of the cast members of The Killing Zone as well. There's Mark, Alex, and Giles.
Hey, Giles.
Mark was Lance Nash. Alex, you were Ironjaw, and Giles, you were Mad Dog McCann, weren't you?
That's Mr. McCann to you.
Guys, can I just jump in and just say, because you're all struggling, it was February and March of 1998.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Cool.
There you go.
Because I've got it in my calendar still. So I just
you've still got a calendar? Is that
my calendar is immaculate, and I can tell you the exact dates. Right?
Oh, okay.
Oh, God, you know.
Well, it's good to have you all.
I've just found something. I just had to ask my daughter. In the bottom corner, it does say 1998. So where's the screen?
Yeah. 1998, yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Can't speak, can't lie. They say. Yeah, so we're gonna get stuck in to all things The Killing Zone on this stream. We're gonna have some fun with this because it is a fun movie, isn't it? Even though there's some pretty unpleasant characters and some unspeakable things that have been done, it's a very fun film, isn't it? And you intended it to be a comedy of sorts, didn't you? It was,
yeah, it was a bit of a comedy, wasn't it? Let's face it.
yeah, but it was. I mean, the reason why, before we get too deep into it, let's just acknowledge the fact that we're all gathered partly in tribute to your friend Julian Boot, aren't we?
Yeah.
Who passed away earlier this year. And he was only 53 years of age, but he was very much your partner in crime on this, wasn't he, Ian? He was with you every step of the way, and this is what's moved you to sort of revisit this and to pull in some of your old friends and colleagues like this. So do you want to say a few words about Julian? how you met him and how this all came about.
Well, I can't remember. It's a long time ago, and I'm so old. I can't remember how I met Julian, but I do remember he used to live in Acton, and that's where we used to have the meetings to try and persuade people to, put money into the Killing Zone. I think that's how we met you, Gavin, is it not? I can't remember, mate. How did we meet you? Did you answer the ad?
I did answer the ad, but I came to Central London and to meet you, I think it was.
Oh, right. But
so,
did you? Because we always had meetings at his place, which was in Acton.
Yeah, but I think this time you're actually doing it Central London in a proper office to make it seem to look more professional.
Yeah.
So
but, yeah, go on. Sorry.
I was going to say I turned up there, half expecting it was going to be some ridiculous, lame, ploy, and whatever you were selling was not snake oil. But
we're good at selling.
It was good. It was good to say a pitch. It was.
Yeah.
I remember auditioning in at BAFTA, so it looked pretty smart. I think you'd I don't know, conned somebody to give you BAFTA, which made it look like you all knew what you were doing. So I was conned from moment one.
I think in those days BAFTA was very amenable to independent filmmakers. And so, I don't know if you remember Pete Skopiak. We made the film at the same time with him. He had a contact at BAFTA, and they allowed us to do interviews and to do rehearsals to some point in BAFTA. And actually, we screened the film at BAFTA, didn't we? So if it wasn't for Pete, I guess I wouldn't have got that. But Julian, I have to take my hat to Julian because it was a tough shoot, as Gavin. Because obviously Gavin and Julian and myself was in the trenches, and it was really tough. And it was really tough on Julian as well. But, you've got to take your hat off to him. Every problem that came to him, he seemed to have dealt with, especially the politics within the crew as well. He had a hard time with a person I won't mention, but he really did, keep that person at bay. So
Ian, did you all, well, both of you in particular, did you all wear many hats on this production? Because it was a very sort of manic schedule that you're on, wasn't it? You'd only got about 2 weeks to film it, wasn't it? You'd raised the money via various sources, and you'd advertised for people to be in it and to be part of it and to come and help make it. So how many hats did you and Julian wear?
I wore, I think, 3 hats before it started: the co-producing, writer and director, and casting, because me and Julian cast it. But Julian, as I said, he was the producer. So, you know what I mean? And there were people that we hired as well in the production staff that was as kind of bullying Julian. But, obviously Julian stood up for himself. So, but there were, as I said, there were politics going on behind the scenes, which I guess Mark and Giles and Alex didn't know about. But, it was, I'm telling you now, guys, it was the hardest thing I ever did in my entire life, shooting that bloody film. It was so hard. And as I said, Gavin can back me up on that. It was freaking hard.
Yeah, it was. It was like full on all the time. I think there was a point in the shoot where we actually only managed to get 2 hours sleep before we had to go back and shoot again.
Yeah.
That night, I remember that I got back to Julian's house, put my head down for a couple of hours. I think you were still up. You didn't. I don't think you went to sleep anyway. And then we're up again doing the same thing again.
Oh, Alan's saying we met Gavin at Mark's office. Lawyer. Remember Mark?
Oh, right. Yeah, I remember Mark. Yeah.
So was Alan on the film as well?
Alan's a DOP on the film. He'll be on next week, hopefully, or the week after. So that's.
I'd just like Alan to notice how well I'm lit today. By the way.
Look, I'm crap lit. I need Alan to like me.
Oh, these actors, I don't know. Well, I've been looking up the film. I found out a few little facts and figures, but I've also found the synopsis, which Julian himself seemed to put together for IMDb. So I'm going to read this out now for anybody who hasn't seen The Killing Zone. And you may think, well, why would they be here if they haven't? But believe me, people do. So yeah, we're going to listen to this. This is the taut, suspenseful story of Matthew Palmer, underworld assassin and Michael Caine fan. Floating in and out of each slaying, Palmer is quick, efficient, observer and executioner only. He has just 2 jobs to complete before he retires, then reward and rest with Kerry, his girlfriend. Unfortunately for Palmer, both jobs dredge up past personal follies, exposing his previously traitorous acts against his employers, putting him on the run, pitting him against victim and fellow assassin alike, driving all involved with him towards a bloody climax. It's not going to end well, is it?
That's great. I'm glad you read that out, because I've always wondered what's happening in this film.
There you go, 20 years, Mark, but we get you there in the end. It was worth the price of admission alone. Yeah. So what I was wondering, that was written by Julian Foote, and it says Julian Boots, of 712 Collective. Yep, what was the 712 Collective in?
We formed it on that day. Do you remember that, Gavin? What should we call it? So what day did we form it? The 7th of the 12th. Yeah, let's just call it 7th of the 12th Collective. And that's what we called it, basically. It was on that day we formed it. So, yeah. I mean, there was loads of people. It was Gavin, it was Charlie. Who else was in? It was in there. Alan. Gosh, I can't remember. My brain's gone on freeze. Yeah, there was obviously Julian. I can't remember. Who else was there? I can't remember. No, nor could I. I'm old. But yeah, interesting.
Well, maybe this will jog your memory a little bit, Ian.
Yeah.
Well, there you are. What? So where is that? Where was that? What was going on?
We were shooting Dead Room, and we were outside Frank Hallebrand's house. Do you remember Frank had that?
Yeah, Frank.
Yeah. So the idea was for Dead Room was that we had a little bit of money, so we thought we'll give some money back to the people that wanted to direct and write, and like Gavin was one of them. And so basically the idea was there's this house and there's this one room that when people rent out the one room, strange things happen to them. That's the synopsis. And then we gave it to people and they wrote their own stories and shot their own stuff. Mark shot his one, which was Seance, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You directed that, didn't you, Mark?
Yeah, wrote it and directed. I wrote it while decorating my front room as well. Because Ian rang me up and he said, "Can you have a short film for me for Monday?" And I was like, "Yeah, I think it's Saturday right now, and I'm decorating. But yeah, I'll have something for you by Monday."
And I remember Giles was in Julian's story.
Yeah. So do you know what? Because of lockdown, I've been going through loads of boxes and sorting stuff out and everything else like that. And I came across that. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that's written by Julian.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. What was it called again?
Yeah.
Need to know.
That one was Need to Know.
Need to Know. Yeah.
Part of that, I played a character called the Assassin with Richard Banks. It was a mad script. I think actually, Ian, were you first AD on that?
I was helping out. I mean, I was producing as well, so I was helping out anytime you needed help.
I think all of you did it, didn't you? It was a mad old shoot because were we all in that one little room in that one house? Then is that?
Yeah. No, but I think Julian's one was the only one that shot outside of the house. So he went to Forbidden Planet and he shot some like a Forbidden Planet.
We did a couple of things out on
the road.
Clapham Common, was it?
Yeah, on a park somewhere up the road, which was running around because
Glenn
he gave me a whole load of fake guns. I was playing an assassin, so
you had to tell the police as well because you were running through the bushes dressed like a SWAT guy.
Yeah, these days I tell you what, you'd get absolutely stuffed doing that. But
yeah, it's madness, right? Yeah,
Glyn there. I remember doing the editing with Glyn on that, and it was mad. We ate out of cans. We were eating hot dogs and beans out of cans to get it done. Yeah, and messages in there from Guy Mitchellmore, who did the music. Yeah.
Guy, I love that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Happy days, great times.
Amazing score. Like that. The score is incredible on this film.
You know, when I met Guy, right? So I can't remember. This is how I remember it. Maybe Guy will correct me. I rang up and I said, I need somebody to do music for my film. And I said, I ain't got any money. And he said, why don't you come round? So when I came round and knocked at his door, he opened the door. I think he had a burger in his mouth. He's like, come in. He took me to the garden. They were having this barbecue or something like that. And that's my first memory of Guy. And Guy did a fantastic job on the score. Brilliant job on the score. Totally. I couldn't ask for anything better. Seriously.
Music is excellent, and the graphics at the beginning. I showed it to my daughter the other day because you sent a link through, Ian.
Yeah.
And, I sent it. She's 15. I thought, there's a bit of swearing in it. I don't know if it's going to be okay or not. But the start, she was impressed. She went, "Ooh, cool!" And I thought, you know what? 15-year-old, that sounds good.
Yeah, cool's never not been cool, has it? I think that's one word. It still means the same thing.
It's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, it still means the same thing, Giles. You're okay with that? Yeah, I've been looking at Julian's career. He was an artist as well, wasn't he? As well as a writer and an actor. Long career, lots of different things, lots of culty films as well. You were talking there about Dead Room, weren't you? But there's Evil Souls, Enter the Cage, Invasion Planet Earth. That sounds right up my street. Yeah. And Ian, I've also found out this little nugget. This is for the Doctor Who people out there. I can't go without mentioning Doctor Who. He was also in the very early Doctor Who fan film directed by Bill Baggs called Summoned by Shadows, which I bought when it first came out in 1991. So when I next watch that, I'll look for him in that too.
Yeah.
But he was an artist as well, drawing and things like that, Gavin.
Yeah, he did a lot of that. He did a lot of from stills of movies as well. So you'd take that and he'd recreate them with pencil. But he did self-portraits and stuff. He was very, very talented as well. Whatever he put his hand to, he seemed to just crack it. That's the thing. He did.
I think he won an award for writing a short. Didn't he not win an award for? He wrote a short, and I think he won an award. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure myself actually, but he did so much though. He did a lot of writing. I can understand why he's such a good writer though, because his use of words were just fantastic.
Yeah, he's good. He was good, so I say.
We have another comment here, another compliment about the score. The score was very, very good. Richard Harrison. Who's Richard? Does anybody know Richard?
Yeah, I do. He's a really good friend of mine. He made a film as well, a really good film. So yeah, Richard. Thanks, Richard.
You've got so much support, so many people chipping in, because this is the first chunk of 3, isn't it, Ian? Would you say it's not what you'd call it's not an anthology as such, is it? Because it's all, there's characters threading all the way through, but each of the 3 parts reflects on the others. So it's a very clever piece, if you don't mind my saying so. But we're going to watch the first chunk of it. We're going to watch the first chunk of it now, director's commentary style. Once I can get
all of you have to say something, not only me.
There'll be plenty to say. Here we are. And we're going. There it is.
Problems.
No, we're all here. Yes. So, if you haven't seen The Killing Zone, we are going to put links in the comment section down there. So anybody out there who wants to see the film in full, not a problem at all. It's also, is it on the Rebecca Gold channel as well?
Yeah, it is. No, it's on the Rebecca Gold channel.
It is up there. So we promise you'll be able to find it. But for now, we're going to watch the interrogation with Ian and the cast and Gavin here, and see what we can stir up about their earlier misdeeds. Check this out. That's a recent addition, isn't it, Ian?
Yes. Cheers, Jules.
Yeah.
I think Alan did this.
Did he?
Yeah, I think he did that. I'm not sure.
Yeah, back in the day, that was a really nice piece of graphics.
Yeah.
The trouble is, I thought my computer had broken down because there's no particular point.
I took the sound out because I thought it was respectful.
Can everybody hear that?
Yeah.
Ominous.
And there's the man.
This is Junior, isn't it? Trying to light his cigarette.
Yeah, I can't remember. Somebody paid us money to have that lighter in the film, and it didn't work. And the joke worked for us, didn't it? 'Cause it never worked properly. Yeah.
Soon. Before two.
So who was the guy on the right here?
Paul. He was one of Julian's friends, and he used to be on BBC. He used to play. He used to do he used to do schools and colleges, and he played a character called Mr. Maths. I think I'm pretty sure he's not known for that, but I remember him watching TV and seeing him on it.
Yeah.
Was he a friend of Julian's then? Did he get him?
Yes, he was. He was Julian's friend. Yeah.
Will you calm down?
And I remember this day because they were really nervous, and I said to Jules and I said, Paul, look, this is only one take. We're not going to do multiple takes of this, just one take. So that's why Julian fluffs a bit, because he's really nervous. And plus, they've got they've got squibs stuck to them, right?
So just to explain, anybody who doesn't know, what is a squib?
A squib is like a tiny explosion that filled with blood, a blood bag. So it's like they get shot. So, but it wasn't professionals making the squib. I was thinking it was Alan, and I think somebody else was making it. So they packed a lot in there. So they were really nervous. Yeah, those two were really nervous. I remember that day as well, and it was freezing that night as well.
Family.
I remember that too.
How are the kids?
He's not faking that shiver then.
No, he's not. He's not. No way.
10.
I think he's called Paul Yates.
That's it.
It is. It's Paul Yates.
Paul
Yeah,
Yates.
you're right.
Yeah.
Hello, Paul, if you're watching.
Yeah.
That was it.
And it's funny because all the locations was in the same spot. So that was outside the place we shot the interrogation.
Telling him he was run for his life.
Yeah.
Flood heading into town, and they all must leave before it's too late. So anyway, this traveller, with 100% faith in God, tells the man that he will do no such thing.
It's very natural.
Yeah.
It's funny, when I watched this the other day, watching it, Julian telling that joke, I remembered exactly
and shouts, "Jump!"
all of it because he actually tells it really well.
Anyway, more time passes, and by now the water's up to the traveller's neck. Yeah.
So where was this film? Can you remember, Gavin? Ian?
Throws down the rope and shouts, "Grab onto the rope."
Was it Hartley's? Hartley's.
Don't mind.
It could be. It looks very much like Hartley's because that was very dark and dank, wasn't it? Very.
Yeah, it was Hartley's. It was like
it was Jam. I was in the Jam.
Yeah. Jam factory.
Bermondsey, I think. Bermondsey Road, was it?
I can't remember. Such a long time ago. Yeah. It was a good find.
Yeah.
And God says,
health and safety was an issue.
Yeah, there was no health and safety. Yeah. Right, but like, they didn't even know when they were going to get shot. They didn't know they were going to get shot. I think a pint of blood came out of him there.
Good sound. I like that sound.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. The sound's not very good on this, obviously, because it's
Now, who designed this for you, Ian?
This was Charlie Mitchell designed this for us. We asked him what it was, and he said, "Walking down a corridor, innit?" That's what he said. I'm like, okay. He goes, "It's a mystery, innit? Walking down a corridor, seeing things
Hitchcocky?
I don't
Vertigo or something?
I guess. You know.
What's his name? The Bond guy, Saul Bass.
The what?
Little bit Twilight Zoney as well.
But the music. I mean, the guy had it down though. The music, didn't he? Oh, Nicola, I wonder what she's doing there.
Yeah.
Oh, Scotty Kerr's in the chat as well.
James Lewis.
James Lewis, yeah. I remember James Lewis. Oh, yeah, it was a jam factory.
There you are, guy.
And
oh, co-producers. Do you know, when I look back at this though, sometimes I get really embarrassed at some of the stuff that I see in it. Like, it was obvious that I was influenced by Tarantino in this scene because they're talking about music, right? And I listen to the dialogue, I'm like, oh, jeez, what did I write that?
Mark, when he gave you this dialogue, did you recognise certain calling cards like that? The Tarantino's, John Bond.
Yeah.
Like John Bond.
I mean, see, good reintroduction of this lighter, which actually would not work.
Yeah.
And I thought I'd just keep going for it, and it did in the end. I blew up in my face.
Did you ever get the nostril hairs back, Mark?
Well, actually, later on in this shoot that day, when I subbed in for playing the DJ as well, I set light to some of my hair. So,
yeah. You'd never get away with this now.
You know what? I forgot that you did that because you're in the back when I was the DJ, as well as Lance in the front. So
and that shirt was what got me the part in the first place at the audition. Because I think my acting was okay, but my shirt was fantastic. And I think Ian, you maybe still have it, I don't know, but I think I gave you the shirt in the end a few years back.
I don't think I have it.
It's like it could be worth millions by now.
So this guy, what was his name? Patrick
Casey.
Patrick Casey in this film. Or Patrick.
He's your lead.
And this was Janet's Planet, wasn't it? A bar called Janet's Planet.
Yeah.
No.
I think that's real beer as well.
It is real beer, yeah. We found this place at the last minute and we convinced them to open it if we could get people to pay for their drinks.
Let me run a few minutes.
That was it.
You couldn't afford the fake stuff. Is the fake stuff more expensive?
Last but not least.
No. Sorry, go ahead.
I think the thing was they were closed during the daytime, and I convinced them with Julian that if we could get a whole bunch of people in there and open it at the normal time in the evening, we would be able to open it as a normal bar, sell drinks, and they'd make some money. We got the place for free.
Yeah.
Now listen,
Janet's Planet. Is it still there? Does anybody know?
No, it's gone. It's definitely gone. It's gone. Totally gone. But it's really funny because look how close they are, and I think because we didn't have enough people in the background, we had that tight shot because it's meant to be quite full, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I think the second day we shot where he was playing the saxophone, right? On the second day, the first day was this, and you and Carrie, wasn't it? You and Nicola. We did that scene together as well, didn't we?
I have to say, Ian, that I love the contrast. But Mark mentioned his wonderful shirt there. The nobody will ever forget. But the contrast between what Mark's wearing there and what Podrick's wearing here, the classic sort of man out of time suit with the thin tie, compared to you couldn't get more casual, could you, than what Mark's wearing? It's more weekend at Bernie's, isn't it, than breakfast at Tiffany's?
You can't understand why they're friends either, because look at them.
No,
that's what I like about it. It's the contrast.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Lance is very 90s, is what I'm saying.
When I finish writing this book,
Palmer's 60s. Comes from the 60s.
You don't. It's going to be a bestseller. I know it. Lance, when I finish this job, I'll have enough money to send Kerry.
You see, even with today's films, you would never have something as long as this in the beginning, because people want to see things so fast now these days. Do you know what I mean? If I wrote this today,
it's a long thing to try. I'm sure we almost got that in one take. It was probably one take on that two shot.
Yeah.
Just because there wasn't enough. I guess there just wasn't enough film. To do any more takes.
Yeah. There wasn't. I mean, that's so true. There wasn't. We had to go 3 takes at the most.
It must have been 3 at the most. Yeah. And it's a long piece of dialogue, so you can't mess it up.
Yeah.
I don't think I've probably ever learned anything so well. There's in other films, where you can just, especially video, just go back and do it again. It's just like, I don't need to learn this because we can keep doing it again and again and again until I've learned it.
You definitely get the lion's share of the dialogue, don't you, Mark? It's all reaction that's coming back from Palmer. That's what's so good about it.
And also Podrick was a subtle actor. Shall we just say that he was very subtle?
Yes. Yeah.
So
when he purses his lips there at the right time, it's a really nice small performance.
And I'm very close to him, and even that close, he seemed to be doing nothing. And so what would be going through my mind is like, will the camera pick up anything that he's doing?
Wait a moment.
Now?
Is Podrick in the chat? Is that him?
Yes, I think he is actually.
Simon Geezer. He's in there.
Yeah, there he is.
There
he is.
Cool. Hopefully he'll be on next week sometime.
I'm glad I've said nice things about his performance now.
There's Gavin.
Here we are. We're going to see what you like on the sax now. So,
He wasn't playing that. No.
No. I was going to ask, but were the band playing, Ian? Where did you get the band from? Very attractive women.
I can't remember. Gavin, can you remember where we got the band from?
I can't remember, mind you, but I think everyone's eyes were on them. To be honest.
Well, they're on the girls.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember. I think is that Esme there behind him?
Yeah, Esme on the.
Yeah, you see, that's me in the back. You see, that's me right in the background.
That's you in the background. Yeah, yeah.
So a little bit Robert Palmer.
Yeah.
And that big picture of Michael Caine behind them. I think that's from Get Carter. I think.
Was that was painted?
It's painted by James Lewis. Yeah, it was painted. I think it was painted by James Lewis. He did it for that scene. But yeah.
Yeah, the music's still going in his head there. And yeah, we've got some pictures here that Ian's dropped in.
There we go.
So what was this? This was a read-through? No.
That was rehearsals. That was the light that didn't work. And that was that shirt.
That's the shirt. That's the lighter. That's the shirt.
Even better in Technicolor.
It's good to see someone smoking on a film these days. I like
it. Well, they look a little bit bored by waiting for something to start. Oh, here we are.
Yeah,
it appears as if by magic.
But I mean, these pictures were taken by Mark Trumpetella. I think he did a really good job taking photographs. There's a lot of photographs he took for the shoot. Really nice of him as well. And these are the postcards that we. I think we were in Cannes. We gave them out. So.
That's great.
Yeah.
He's a sitting around as well, cool.
Yeah. But these are Polaroids because in those days you didn't have a phone that took pictures. Yeah. So for continuity, they would take pictures on a Polaroid camera and would come out, and then that's how you can see
everybody in camera
and stuff. Yeah. So I don't know how I got hold of them. Somebody else, anyway, whatever. There we go. I think it's the boys.
I tried to get in touch with Richard, but I couldn't find his number on my phone.
I wonder what he's doing now, Richard.
Strange enough, my wife worked with his girlfriend a long time.
All right.
I tried to get them to get in touch with each other, but I think
that's a very quiet road there.
It's not. Do you remember were you there, Gavin, when we had to stop the traffic?
Not that one, though. No.
There was a makeup girl called Beverly, and she was really good looking. And then she stopped the traffic so we can have that shot where he walks in. She just stood in the middle of the road, and people were just honking their horns and stuff. Obviously, took the sound out, but that's how we got that shot. Because you can see the cars in the reflection and there were loads of cars. It was meant to be a quiet street, so we couldn't find them.
I just can't believe you found one with no graffiti in it, Ian.
I know.
All little cards from anybody.
I didn't find it. Somebody found. I can't remember who found that one. Was that in Tooting, Gavin? I can't remember.
I don't think so. No. It might be Battersea somewhere.
Oh, was it? Fortune the scenery.
not a place. Yeah. Okay, here we are. This is back at Hartley's Jam Factory, is it?
Well, yeah.
So this is Oliver and Richard.
Yeah.
Playing these two characters, aren't they?
Yeah.
Just going about their business the way you do. About to get interrupted by somebody. Giles.
Yeah.
Did we film this at the weekend, or was it?
No, I can't remember, mate.
Where was it?
It was Hartley.
Really quiet. Yeah, but I don't know where that is.
It was Hartley's Jam Factory in Bermondsey Road.
Oh, okay.
You wanted in Fenton.
But I mean, there was a lot of people working in this film. A crap load of people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was a busy old shoot.
I was stuck in at the deep end, wasn't I? Because I think there was a first AD originally on it, and she walked, didn't she?
She did, yeah. She walked, yeah. Basically.
Really?
Enter Palmer.
Mr. Finn.
So as I was saying to Dan, right? Have you noticed that when Palmer walks through the door's open by itself and shuts by itself? Watch what happens when Giles goes through the door.
Oh, was this all the technical stuff that was going on that I wasn't aware of?
We did it deliberately because because the mystery of Palmer. So Palmer has the power to open the door. No, not really. But we just thought it'd be really fun. We thought, me and Alan were saying, I wonder who'd notice, and no one noticed it. So we did it deliberately on the day. But nobody noticed it.
It's funny how much stuff you do deliberately and then no one does notice.
Yeah. Well, it's just for me to laugh at, basically. Yeah,
a lot of hard work goes in there.
Yeah.
So, where did you find these two actors then, Richard and Oliver?
Richard, Oliver, and Giles was cast in Peter's film. Am I right, Giles?
Yeah, but didn't we do? Because this is called The Interrogation. Didn't we do this as a short film for you?
We did. Yeah, we did. We did. Yeah, we did.
A few years before this.
Yeah.
And I can't remember where that was. And then did we do Peter's film and then we did this one, or?
No, I think you did something with Peter beforehand, and he recommended you guys, and I did the short, and then I got you guys to do the feature, and then after the feature, you guys worked on Small Time. After this one, so
yeah, I mean, it was a long time ago. I can't remember what happened when and where, but
yeah, I can't either.
Notice Palmer barely even blinks, but when he does, you really notice because he's so motionless.
Yeah. Yeah.
Verging on psychotic.
So you saying Peter found us first?
I think so.
When you were mentioning earlier about Julian's place in Acton, that vaguely rings a bell. I don't know if I went there or not.
I can't remember, mate. It's such a long time ago. Look, see, look. You open the door, mate.
Enter the mad dog.
Yeah, so I've got to open the door myself. Come on.
Did you get to keep the suit afterwards, Giles?
That was my dad's suit.
That was yours anyway.
I had to bring my own costumes. That was my own scarf, everything. It was even my own beard as well.
You could have stretched to a false beard for them, man.
Yeah, and the ponytail went with it as well. It was the 90s.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Yeah, I had the beard as well around then. We don't talk about that.
I showed it to my daughter the other day, and she said, "What is with the voice?"
Your daughter's very critical, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, 15-year-old. What are you going to do?
But you do look mad.
Low tie as well. It's not one of them stick-on ones.
So, did you relish this character then, Giles? Because it is very large.
I did really enjoy it. So, when we first did it with Ian,
say that, Mr. Finn.
It's really good. Actually, it's some really good stuff in there. Really good. But
big bastard, you've never needed anyone to do your dirty.
It would be nice to watching it again. It would be quite nice to do it again because you I don't know about you, Ian, but I'm always very critical. You look at it and you go, I didn't quite get that right. Better. That we could have done that again.
Yeah,
it's a good effort back then. Now we could do better now, but it's a great part to play.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've got to admit, you guys carried this, because we had the advantage. We shot it as a short film, so you knew where everything was coming from, so it was quite good.
Seeing someone die.
Do you remember
Richard and Ollie in that are fantastic. The three of us just had a great laugh just playing all the time.
They're not Adam and trust us with a bag of their money to bring their coke back to them.
Do you remember that night where we had to go to 4 o'clock in the morning?
Inside job.
On this one.
One of your boys.
So I can't remember which one was which because obviously we did it twice. So my brain is playing.
All right, it's this one.
I don't know which one was which. I remember we had to stop quite a lot during the filming because there was some building work going on somewhere.
Yes.
That was this one or the other one.
It was both.
Halfway through a speech, it would suddenly go, and you had to stop.
Crazy gold as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, remember this?
This is good. I love this bit.
That's where we get to see you, Alex.
Yeah.
Another really vivid character.
That's a fun day.
Location, didn't they?
Oh, you're cracking up, Gavin.
Isn't the ski jacket?
Yeah.
I don't know. I got given that. So, you know.
Yeah, but you know what, right? In those days, they would just give you stuff. Marks and Spencer's gave us like 20 white shirts for nothing, you know. And I think those jackets were for some other shop somewhere. Crazy.
Business stuff. And the rest of the clothes were mine. I think I had my own trousers on, the baggy pant, the red baggy things on, and that was fun.
What about the teeth? Did it hurt?
No, it didn't. That was the first time I've ever had a cast of my mouth ever, and it was weird. It was gooey, and you know, it's hard not to drool everywhere. But once that was done, do you like my really mean knife there? Like my really professional knife? Like
I'm making a tomato sandwich later. I could do that
with some cucumber. You know, would you like one? And a cup of tea. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that was a really interesting process. I have to say, I got to do that. Yeah. But they were hard to wear though. They're hard to. It's hard to close your lips, your mouth. You know. So I kind of started sort of sneering a bit, you know, to make use of it, you know. Yeah.
I mean, at least Alex said that. I mean, Rob, who was sat next to you there, he had to have those tram lines shaved into his head, but that would grow back. He got no prosthetics.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
But it strikes me, Iron Jaw. This is a bit of a Bond villain kind of character you've got here, isn't it, Alex? Don't you think? Bit like Richard Keel in The Spy Who Loved Me and Moonraker.
I suppose so, but not as hard though. I suppose because later on you see how wimpy and weak he is, because this is how he ended up like this, you know. But it is quite ominous. You know, the whole visual of it, I suppose. Yeah.
So how did you get on with the manner of speech? Because that's the thing with these two, isn't it, Ian? You want to explain who they're supposed to be and the kind of people you're trying to capture with these two characters.
These two are based on someone I knew where I live, around where I live, and two white guys just speaking like they were black. If you close your eyes, you'd think they were black, and you open your eyes and they were white. So that's how I got the idea for these two. And I asked Rob to do it, and Rob said, "Yeah, he'll do it." And I just thought he was perfect. Rob was perfect. And I thought Alex was perfect for Iron Jaw as well. And it's the sucking of the teeth thing that everybody was trying to get. You remember when you suck your teeth? So it was that kind of thing. Yeah, but
you understand my concern. You don't want to vex me. You don't want to fuck with me. Understand?
Whoa, Richard.
Vex me.
Get you what you want. We have no fear of Babylon.
But he's brilliant. Rob's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant, I think. Yeah.
Picking one up now, wouldn't I?
But that was the thing in those days, though. There were a lot of people like them around where I lived.
Yeah.
Serious money.
It's these London gangster boys. We're
talking about quality.
It's funny because he's got his little computer out to take the order.
It's a PDA, yeah. Little PDA. Top technology back in the day, wasn't it? Right?
Yeah, I remember those.
I'll take your order. Beep, 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 beep. Brilliant.
Everybody.
That's crazy.
Those are the things that date films. It's quite funny, actually.
Yeah.
I was watching Die Hard today, and the main actor, the main villain, Alan Rickman, gets his Filofax out.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's mean, isn't it? When you get your Filofax out.
Somebody means business then.
Got a Filofax.
You've got a few phones out
what
here.
What are you going to do? Pencil me in?
Sorry.
Rub you out, son.
Give you a paper cut,
And see this line here where he says, "You honkies like eating chips with everything." That's actually somebody said that to me. One of my friends in my block said it to me.
Wow.
A white guy speaking like that. He literally said it to me. I was like, "Whoa."
Your honkies like
Did you tell him you immortalised him on film?
Well, he doesn't know yet. But yeah.
He's not Olympic. And that's my black walk.
Ian, did you predate the trousers hanging around people's ankles?
No.
Setting trends there, Alex.
What was that?
Setting a trend there, Alex. That was what it is.
Totally. I think it will come back around one day. Seriously, honestly.
It will.
Yeah.
These things do tend to.
You know what I mean?
We're working with real lights there, mate. So yeah. We had real lights in those days.
Scott
real film as well. Do you remember people saying "check the gate"?
Yes.
I
do.
When's the last time you ever heard
look
that?
at that one. I want that shot. I'm shitting.
I wonder what Oliver's doing now. Oh, there is the man.
Maybe he'll find this video. If you're watching, Oliver, get in touch.
Big holes you dug yourselves in.
What holes? What are you talking about? I told you we wouldn't cross the syndicate. We're not that stupid.
Stupid, no. Desperate,
Desperate, yes.
Mr. Fenton, 3 months ago you lost a card game to a short con operator and owed £52,000 to the Triads.
I know there's quite a few different voices going on in this, because obviously it must have been edited and then laid over.
Yeah, one line.
There's a lot of inconsistencies in it, and I just think, oh, that shows, no disrespect, but that shows the time and the budget of the film. Because you watch something now, you're so expecting it to be so slick, aren't you?
Yeah.
When you watch it, you think, oh, what's that? You know, you don't watch things in mistakes anymore, do you? Mistakes, that's the wrong word, but
but you know, people that make films today, they don't know, like doing that shot was a tracking shot, and you know how long it takes to bloody put the tracks down. 20 minutes more so.
Exactly. It takes hours and hours to do all of that.
Yeah, it was tough. It's a tough shoot, man.
Even my nephew's got into filmmaking, and all he does is he just walks around with a phone practically, and that's easy peasy, isn't it?
Yeah.
255.
That's Alan's lighting. One strip of light.
Is this character dressed deliberately as a man out of time as well, Ian? Because the costume, the guy on the right,
Richard,
because he's dressed like some sort of boat captain, naval.
Oh, you mean Oliver? I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know who's in charge.
Because I know how important costume is in all of your production.
We haven't done this before, have you?
I mean, I think he looks all right. You can't see him. He looks mysterious. I like it. It's all black.
Yeah, I like it. I like the fact that you can't really pin this film down at certain points throughout the entire thing as to where and when it could be set.
Yeah.
Apart from my dodgy ponytail, you could say it was almost a 60s or 70s film.
Yeah. But you didn't have the shoulder pads, did you?
I said.
No, those are real. Those shoulders are real.
You pissing me off, Mr. Fenton? Are you telling me you're in free FA? Wait a minute, don't waste my time, Mr. Fenton. You're giving me free FA. I want the truth. Tell me, what did you see? Nothing.
We had quite a lot of fun beating each other up in that, actually, I have to admit.
I saw nothing. I said you. I saw nothing.
But shit, I'm sorry to fuck up your dream.
That's another tracking shot. 20 minutes, more so. Sometimes even 3/4 of an hour to set some tracks up and stuff.
It's a great shot, Ian. Congratulations.
No, but cheers. It wasn't me that did it.
So what would you do now then, Ian? Would that take about 5 minutes?
Yeah, because they got all those gimbals, don't they? So they just kind of walk, you know, you don't need to set up tracks. It's crazy. Things they can do now.
No. Oh, yes, you have.
Loving that ponytail.
Yeah.
The word bigamist.
I've still got it somewhere.
Married to Helen Rob, conned her out of every penny she had. Then moved on to wife.
It's really funny because the girl that you see with the hole in her head, she was the makeup girl that we used on the day, I think.
She was the rest, caught on fast. 2 days after the wedding.
Makeup was pretty good actually on that.
It was, yeah. It was. That's the makeup girl. I can't remember her name.
But you already knew that. Yeah.
Fuck you.
That's why you took the job.
And also, we used a lot of smoke as well. Do you remember we had the smoke machine?
Yeah, there was a lot of that going on.
Yeah. Everybody kept wafting it.
I can't remember. Someone said, "Oh yeah, if you put that in, it makes it look like a really good film." It's kind of like the atmosphere or something.
Yeah.
55.
And that's another cold night as well. That was freezing that night as well.
Yeah, it was freezing. Cold.
The lighting was everything in all these sequences, isn't it, Ian?
Yeah.
Lit from above, aren't they? The interrogation scenes.
Yeah, they Alan put 2 lights above Richard and Oliver.
Mr. Fraser and Mr. Preston.
He lit this film really well, actually.
He's lying, Fenton. Don't listen to him. He just wants you to say you saw me shoot him.
No, Mr. Fenton. I want the truth. Then you can walk.
I remember this, Charles. This is the time when they were doing drilling.
Ask yourself.
This was the one.
Yeah.
Tell I was going
Yeah, that rings a bell. I was walking up and down every time I started saying something. The drilling would start.
Yeah.
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 It took ages to do it. Yeah.
When he's found out, a man who doesn't give a shit about anyone but himself, telling you to hang back. I'll take care of it.
Bullshit! I told Fenton to stay put because the whole setup was shit. The syndicate knew.
Took me weeks to grow that bit.
We're after
It was just for the role.
It was, seriously. I've got some photographs at home of me just sort of like looking really dodgy trying to grow it.
Yeah, they were already dead.
Alan says, "Smoke good."
Yes, we have got a few people in the chat. We'll go back and look at some of the other messages a bit later on.
Did we have a smoke machine on the go then, Ian?
We did, yeah. We had the smoke machine all in this segment.
So I shot them both.
And this bit always makes me laugh because we couldn't put muzzle flashes in films in those days. So literally had a little explosion in the gun. It looks like there's a wire connected to the gun. I think Alan set that one up.
And who are these two actors playing
Well,
the policeman?
That is my sister's friend, the girl, and the other guy is a real policeman. I can't remember
a real policeman?
Yeah.
We shot a real policeman in this film.
I know you were low budget, Ian, but real policeman.
Did he provide the guns?
No.
Did he provide the hat?
But we had to get a ladder to shoot that shot. Crazy. There you go. There's the ladder.
There you go. There's the proof.
There's the girl that had the hole in her head right there. She's the makeup girl. There's Alan Cliff. The old 16mm camera. Oh, look at the boys. Ooh. That's
what are you looking at?
Yeah.
That's pure 60s, that shot. The craze will be on the other side of the road.
Was that the Jam Factory then, those photos?
Yep, they were the Jam Factory.
No, you didn't. Tell me! No! Tell me!
It was only a flesh wound.
That's what I want to know. Or what you want to fucking hear?
Oh, dear.
Tell me!
You did that too well for my liking, Giles.
You with the same gun that did Fraser and
You do a flying headbutt.
Another tracking shot. Another tracking shot. Do you remember that, Charles? I had that flag on your head, didn't I?
That's graphic.
Everybody was going 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That was quite good fun doing it.
When you're not scared, you had a little explosion in the back of your head.
Well, I had the ponytail to take out the buffer. Do you know what I mean? The actual explosion was about 4 foot away because of the ponytail.
Oh, dear.
It's actually quite shocking when you remember the fact that that character gets shot because you're not expecting it at all, are you, when you're watching it? It's a good twist.
I don't understand.
My employers have suspected Mr. McCann for quite some time now.
That's a pickup.
5 months ago, they
that girl was wearing his jacket.
£2,000.
That girl was wearing his jacket.
Really?
Yeah, so the girl that's sitting there, the person that's sitting there is not Oliver, it's a girl wearing his jacket. And we came in, we did a couple of pickups, we did a few here and we did a few in the office. The second story. I think, I can't remember though.
Gun that killed Mr. Fraser and Mr.
Oh, you're such a cheat, you filmmakers.
Yeah.
You can't believe anything, can you? It's not real.
Nothing's real. Because you can see his hairstyle's different to the next shot. So his hair, this is the pickup.
How did he know?
That's the pickup right there.
Mr. Preston, unless he'd killed him himself.
And then when he takes, hold on, and then the next shot is the shot we shot on the day. So look at his hair, it's different, and his tie's different as well.
Why do you decide you have to change this? You have to do a pickup? Is that just because it didn't work on the day, or?
I think we didn't shoot his dialogue on the day because it just took so long shooting this segment. You know, we were going one day. We went to 4 o'clock in the morning, as I recall. It was a tough shoot, man.
Fuck about the drugs. I need to get out of this fucking country.
We could have done it during the day though, because we're inside a building, but it was late. I seem to remember.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, we were going really slow because you know, a lot of people, you know, were amateurs, weren't they? A lot of people were, you know, had various experience. Yeah. So, and we had tracking shots and all that kind of nonsense, and we really didn't know what we were getting ourselves into.
But the thing is, it was a great atmosphere because everyone was helping each other out because everyone was learning.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, some of the continuity in this segment is shocking.
I mean, I spotted a few myself, and I was like, "Oh my god!" But you know, it's what it is. It's a
micro budget movie.
You never get a spot on Palmer's jacket there, do you?
I think that's a pickup as well. I can't remember.
I seem to remember though, Ian, you made me lie down on those pallets throughout. Even though I wasn't in shot, I was there for like there. So I was there throughout the whole of that for like about an hour, 2 hours, and I really didn't need to be at all.
To a phone box in Oakley Street.
See, look, this is really bad continuity. He's standing like right next to Oliver, and then I think the next shot he's further away. So he's standing there. He's nowhere near his bag.
Money, where's the drugs?
There were no drugs involved.
The thing is, though, on the first viewing, you haven't noticed that. It's only because you've seen it multiple times.
Yeah.
You pick up on it. First time around, you just watch it for what it is as a drama.
Yeah.
From drug pushing to murder. Anyone who has touched or seen these documents.
I remember me and Alan was talking about how to get different shots. I mean, you know, getting a low angle like that. Hardly any, you know, in those days, British films were very much shot A to B. So we thought we'd get some really strange shots. So we got one looking up his nose. We did a Dutch shot and one shot, you know, and, you know, we're just trying to do something different. But
yeah,
he's got the documents now. That is a problem for my employers to solve.
What were the locations that you were using as well, Ian? Because you were doubling and trebling and quadrupling up locations, weren't you? Then seeing it from different angles.
It was really, it was a lot of crap in that room as well. I remember blowing my nose and seeing like black soot on the tissue because there's a lot of dust in that room.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good proper warehouse location, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was.
It was a very uncomfortable position, if I remember right.
Reading some of these comments here, by the way, it's very funny.
Yeah.
Scott K. Yeah.
I remember Scotty.
Yeah, Scotty. It's very funny.
I hear you, Aaron Dizenty.
And Alan's got some good ones. Smoke good, yeah.
Yeah, loads of smoke. Look, loads of smoke in that shot.
If in doubt, get the smoke machine on.
You don't see people smoking on screen anymore, do you?
No, not anymore.
Or people wearing glasses. It's really strange. Are you taking your glasses off, Mark?
Oh, I didn't realise we weren't meant to wear them anymore. I've only just got mine, and now.
Because that's the look. That's the classic Harry Palmer, the Ipcress file look.
Yeah. This is really funny because my friend Eddie, who's the main Yardie guy, I used to go to school with him, and I said, "Can you get me like 20 black people to do this shot?" It was like the day before, and he said, "No problem." He turned up with all of them. He turned up all these people.
20 guys.
Yeah, like,
was that easy as well?
He now runs a company called Yardies R Us.
Yeah.
If you're out there and you're watching this, Ian says thank you.
You got it?
He's got a deep voice, old Ed. And see, we went out of a way to make use 60s because that's you never use those suitcases anymore, obviously. But I remember I can't remember who got me that suitcase. I was like, yes, perfect, perfect.
Yeah, red is in the envelope.
I know about it, man.
Yeah.
Been running the whole story through to the syndicate. You know,
seen so many.
Lie's not effective unless the person lied to believes in it.
The lighting's great again.
I guess that puts you in the
What's that?
The lighting across his face. I love that.
It's Alan's doing.
He wasn't he?
The strip across his face.
Yeah.
expected anything from you. But it was you who doesn't, wasn't it?
I say to Project, please, you know, when he says that, don't react to it. But obviously, Pod couldn't help himself.
Just tell me this: why are you sending this back to us when you could be sending it to someone else for what, at least 10 times the amount?
Because I believe in balance, keeping the Yardies in the war.
Allegra is saying, I think we had 2 to 3 hours sleep a night. Allegra,
you're a weird man, Palmer.
But these guys, they feel on a similar level. They're both very considered about what they're saying.
Yeah.
Both very still. Both wearing glasses. Both well dressed.
Yep. Evil man.
Yeah.
Horrible people.
Yeah, there we go.
I've got a comment from Richard Harrison just said.
What's that one?
I was thinking this morning. Richard Harrison, just look at this comment. We should make another film together. There we go.
You'll never afford me.
It's a nice one.
So, hearing this much enthusiasm, it feels like you should all make another film together. So yes, we've got a few messages here. We've got Glenn as well. Great learning experience.
Well, not amateurs. How dare you? Sorry, guys. I'm sorry I said it.
Maybe, you know, Ian was an amateur. The rest of you guys were professionals.
That's right. That's right. I was an amateur. That's why it took so long to shoot. But did you know? I don't know if Gavin remembers this, but the last day we shot was in the hospital when Julian is meant to be in the hospital and all the syndicates around him. I don't know if you remember that.
Vaguely, yeah, vaguely.
And then when we finished and Peter came to take over and take the equipment, we were packing the van with the stuff and we found a can. We found a film can in the back of it. And we're like, what's this? And it was one of the film cans from the Killing Zone. If we didn't find that, the film would never have been completed.
I always remember that it was constantly working out how many feet of film that we had to have to get these shots, you know, and that was always at first and foremost, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and then there was times we were thinking, can we afford some more film?
Yeah.
Am I right in saying that one of you said, right, we're only allowed 2 or 3 takes on each bit?
That was me.
Yeah,
that was me. Because
you're saying it's like, okay, we can only do 2 or 3, so you've got to get it right. The first time
you got it right though.
One.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, we didn't have hardly any money, so it's not like digital.
When you hear these days people taking, you know, loads and loads of takes and almost rehearsing while they're doing it.
Yeah. But I mean, just goes to show how good you guys were, you know. 3 takes.
Yeah, you know what, you guys. Well, I tell you what, it's because you had it all in your head, and you had a good job. You had it all fixed up there. It was great.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
So how long had you had the idea and the story in your head for, Ian? Because it does seem meticulous.
Well, you look, I wrote The Interrogation as a short film, and that cost me £1,000. And so the idea was, so I wanted to make a feature film. So the idea was to make 3 shorts and stick them together to try and equal 90 minutes. But obviously that doesn't work because, as I keep saying, you know, making a feature film is a different type of animal. A lot of problems come with that. But that was the initial idea, and have one character to flow through the 3 stories. And plus, we know it's a huge commitment for actors and crew to be committed to 2-week shoot. So if we had 3 stories, they can pick a story, or they can be there for the 2-week shoot, or they can be there for 2 days, or 1 day. And that was what we did. It was me and Julian thought of that to try and be economical in the way we were shooting because we had hardly any money. So, so yeah, I mean, I think Podrick was the only one that went through all of it. And Mark is the second person. Mark was in the beginning. He was in the ending, and there was like flashbacks where you were interviewing Palmer, as I recall. Yeah. And you know, and they were 2-handed with you and Nicola, which was quite cool. So yeah, I mean, that was the idea. I remember
very proud of the phone box here as well.
Oh yes, I remember when we had a meeting at, I think it was Julian's house. One guy gave us a check for £1,000. He gave us a check for £1,000. So like, because he was asking, so how much money do you need to to be part of the film. And I said, oh, everybody's putting £1,000 in. And he gave me the check, right? And he went, and we never saw him again. He didn't turn up to the shoot. Nothing. He was just gone. So I don't know what happened to him, but thanks for the £1,000 though. But yeah, that's what I get to go for.
I think I just came out of kind of like a film school type course, and I was disillusioned that I was like found your advert, and I think it was Lut.
Yeah.
So that's how I found you.
Yeah, because you had because I remember you were saying I don't want to waste my time, and it was at Mark Dixon's office. It was that we met.
I think I wasn't expecting where I'd be though, but I thought like I'd get in very at a low level or something and do something like making tea.
No, but the thing is though, you started off as the third, and then we had this first. And then when we were directing, see, these are the things that you don't know, Giles, because obviously you're the actor, but the behind-the-scenes stuff was really brutal. The first that we had was a woman, right? And we were going till 12 o'clock in the night, and she pulled me aside and she took me to the steps and she goes, "We've got to stop." And I said, "Why do we have to stop?" And she goes, "Because people are getting tired. And we can just carry on, and we could shoot tomorrow, and we can come back late on a later date to do the shots that we didn't take." And I said, "Do you have the money to come back? Can you give me the money to come back?" And she said, "No." And I said, "Well, what do you expect us to do? We have no money. We've got to get these takes. We've got to get these shots now, right?" And she just got really upset and she left. And then I saw Gavin and said, "Right, Gavin, you're the first now."
Glenn has identified your cafe here. Ian and Alex in Sudbury Hill. But you're quite some distance away from Sudbury Hill now, aren't you, Alex? You've
about 5,000 miles. Yeah.
Where do you live now?
It's a place called Coquitlam, which is just east of Vancouver in Canada. So I'm on the west coast of North America, basically. So I'm a long way from home. But when I come back to England, I've just written it down. Broken Gate Cafe, Sudbury Hill. I'm going to go there and see if it's still there.
I was wondering what it's like to see these places. Obviously, 20 years ago, we've all got a bit of nostalgia.
What was that? Sorry.
Should you recreate the scene? Will you have the
exactly scare the shit out of people?
What happened to the false races?
I don't know actually. I think I had to give them back, but I don't know. I mean, everything on that day happens. My whole experience of this movie happened so fast. I was only in 2 scenes, and that was Ian said it's his first movie. This was my first movie too. I was so excited to do this. And I can't believe we're all here and we're still watching this. For me, it was absolutely the most exciting thing. And it was in between my boy band days and my cruising career. Oh yeah, I was in a bunch of boy bands right up till the end of like 1997, and stopped all that. Got this movie, did it, and then started cruising, like my cruise career. And it's back when I was
started cruising. What?
Yeah.
I think I know what he means. I think I know what it means.
Cruise ships. Yeah, I got on Grindr.
A better point there. The cruising. You should make a film of the cruising.
No. I meant cruise ships. I was a dancer back then as well.
In character as Iron Jaw as well. If he'd have gone.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. But I had this. It was a little gap of time, and it was amazing that I got that and had this experience. It was so fast, So yeah, things like where did those prosthetics go? No idea,
But it does explain, Alex, why you wore those trousers so low, so well, and managed to walk with that swagger from your boy band days, because that was standard issue, wasn't it?
I think so. Yeah. Seriously, there's all the rage back then. That thing, I've seen it too many times in films and things like that, so I thought I'd throw it in there. So that was an authentic kind of limp, but Rob was doing it because he got shot in the leg. So it was
a nice message here. It was quality. That's why we're still watching it.
Yes, yeah.
Shout out there.
Yeah.
Giles, where are you now? Where do you live? Have you moved to far away?
I'm in London, so southwest London, so Richmond, Twickenham area. So I haven't travelled far.
Just far enough that the faces can't catch up with you, yeah?
Well, yeah.
Get rid of the beard, get rid of the ponytail.
Yeah, well, that was the 90s, you know. So.
But you look like you just stepped out of Dead Room, because this is the way you looked in Dead Room.
Yeah,
really?
True, yeah.
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 Have you got anything of that? Have you still got?
No, I don't know where that stuff's gone. I really don't.
Man, that was a weird one. That really was.
Yeah, it was.
You don't have Dead Room?
No.
Speak to Alan. Speak to Alan.
So, say again?
Speak to Alan.
Speak to Alan, because I do not have a copy of it. I've only seen it once, and I would love to get a copy of Dead Room.
I don't think I ever saw it, to be quite honest.
All right, yeah. I don't know how I saw it.
Did you do a screening of it, Ian, or not?
I don't know. Did we? Oh my
I don't
God!
know.
You know what? I am so old.
Remember?
I
know. It's a long time ago. I can't remember what I did yesterday, let alone 20 years ago. So.
What's this all been like for you, Mark? Because it does seem like it was sort of one in, all in. And even though you were only in certain scenes, all of you were only in certain given scenes, it does seem that you were very aware of what was going on. You got to know one another. And there does seem to be a sort of band of brothers feel about it. Is that just the nature of making independent films with next to no money in small locations?
Yeah, I mean, it was one of those things where everybody would seem to be doing everything and you know, great teamwork. And yeah, I guess you have to, well, in films as well, you have to bond very quickly with people. You know, you have to get on really quickly. And it seemed like people were under pressure, but they were having a lot of fun. So but my experience was it was a great deal of fun doing it. Great deal of fun. Yeah, because like the first day of filming that I showed up for, it was in a bar and they were serving proper drinks. So it's like
lots of love.
Yeah, it's fantastic. You know, all I needed to do was remember a certain amount of text, you know, deliver it to Padraig and then drink. It seemed like, you know,
DJ.
DJ seemed like fairly easy going to me. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
You obviously didn't grow the hair for the part. You didn't.
No, I already had very long hair. I supplied all the costume. Yeah, essentially it was me saying the lines, drinking real beer. That's how difficult acting is. It's you saying the lines, drinking real beer if you can. So exactly.
I can't remember if you had to pay for it as well, though. That's the thing.
Probably no. I never. I try and never pay for drinks. I always try and get somebody else to pay for all my drinks. So I undoubtedly didn't pay for it. Somebody else would have paid for it.
Yeah.
Ian, Ian's not here. We can say he didn't provide.
Gavin, just to sort of drink all night long.
Say again, Giles.
I was just saying, Mark, it's probably the best gig in the world. Just to sit around chatting with a mate and drinking beer that someone else is paying for.
Perfect. That's what I hoped acting would always be. Turned out not every gig has been like that, which has been slightly disappointing.
Gavin, has that brought back many memories for you? Any nightmares that you've forgotten, or is it all happy memories?
I think the shooting at the nightclub was one of the easier shoots that we'd done.
It was.
Yeah, the Jam Factory was an absolute nightmare. I think it's the first one we did was Hartley's. The nightclub was, what can I say? It was organized, very streamlined, and everybody knew what we were doing. And it was all in one location. That's the thing. We just basically sat down. It was,
he's got the killing time. Wait, I've got one too. Hold on. Here we go. What?
I think there's a little story about one of the in the nightclub when Mark's characters try to get a cigarette lit, and an old guy comes up and lights a cigarette for him.
Yeah, that's
He's actually was found by one of the people outside. He's like a cameo from one of the EastEnders.
Yes.
I can't remember his name, mind you, but he kind of like was outside.
It was Jim from EastEnders.
Yeah.
Right.
He was pretty big at the time.
Yeah.
Like it would be fair to say he was a fairly major actor at the time.
A recognisable actor on British television, certainly. Yeah, John Barden.
That's it, yeah.
I'm there and I'm nobody, and I'm doing this thing with Padraig there, and the extra who comes in and goes, all right, mate, got a light. I'm like, That's Jim.
Jim from EastEnders.
What the hell is? What kind of production have they got here, where they've got major actors being extras around me? Brilliant.
Your volume's gone down, Mark, for some reason.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
We've got fun enough. We've got Alan Dunlop.
Yeah. He was really nice because as Gavin said, they picked him up from the street, didn't they?
It's a friend of yours, Allegra.
Allegra. She worked on Killing Zone. She was quite good.
Nabbed him.
Yeah. Oh, was it Allegra that nabbed him?
Yes, I think it was. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So she kind
well done, Allegra. But yeah, I forgot all about that. You were playing the DJ as well, Mark. I forgot all about that. Totally forgot about it.
Yeah. I think you said, look, would you put on a t-shirt and a hat and some glasses and go and be the DJ? Like, yeah. And I probably said yes because there was beer. Probably why.
You had the rap party there as well.
But yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. And we had when we shooting interrogation, we had a green room, did we not? Or am I mixing something up with something else?
I think you did. Yeah, I think you did.
Rings a bell.
Yeah. And it was freezing in there. I remember sitting there.
I remember a few sofas and some coffee, bits and bobs.
Yeah.
And in those days, you could smoke like crazy, so we did. You know.
Yeah.
So everyone was just smoking everywhere.
Yeah, the food was awful though. I remember the food not being too good.
I don't remember the food being bad. I just remember having a great time doing the film. It was great fun. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And as said, so there's the tracks. Look out! Yeah, how long it takes to
I think everyone was just trying to do a really good job for everyone. Everyone was really enjoying it. Everyone was learning. And you know, we were all helping each other out. No one was being it, silly. We were just having fun.
Yeah, but as I said, there were things. As I said, Gavin knows there were things.
Yeah, so you said that. I wasn't aware of any of that. So you guys hid it really well, which is good, I suppose. But it's something that we didn't know about it. But
look at those teeth. Yeah.
Brilliant. Sorry.
We had to keep it from everyone though. As I said, there was a lot of stuff that happened, but it's not worth mentioning though. But we got through it.
Same.
Yeah, we got through it
all the time, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. As I said, it was a very tough shoot. Especially.
Where did you get all your guns from, Ian? Were they your personal collection?
No, I can't remember. Did you get one? Did you?
Did I get one? No, you never gave me a gun.
No, I was just asking Gavin. How did we get those guns, Gavin? I can't remember.
Is it Paul Judge?
Dave Judge.
Dave Judge.
Oh, maybe Dave Judge. Yeah.
He did all the fight sequences, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
And I think he provided the weapons. But you had to. I think you had issues, so you had to inform the police as well. So it was. He took care of that, I think.
Yeah, he did. And then I think the only time we got a armor in was at the ending when Palmer was shooting at the neighbor. And that's the only time we had an armor in. But I think all the other days we kind of got away with it.
Whose posters were they, Ian? They hand-picked Easy Rider.
That was down to James Lewis. James Lewis. We went in for a recce, me and James and Alan and stuff, and I was saying it would be nice to have this, and it's a 60s tone, whatever. And then when we came to the set, it was he was putting it all up. So he did a really good job with no money. I'm really, what? As I said, nobody got paid on this. People were just doing it for nothing, and
Mark, who got paid in beer.
yeah, I did get the beer. Yeah.
But, when you think about
nothing's changed. Yeah.
No.
Wavy, yay!
Wavy did an amazing job. Yes, focus puller, the guy focus puller. I think he's a cook now, isn't he, or something like that? I think Cliff was telling me. Yeah. But yeah, he got really tired at one point. But yeah, he's a really good focus puller. Wasn't anything out of focus as far as I can tell. But yeah, he was really good. But it was as I said, it was a tough shoot. It really was a tough shoot, and but all I do is retain all the fun on that shoot, and that's all I retain. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, I mean,
no, you don't.
No, I remember it being great fun. I wasn't aware of any of that background stuff that you just mentioned, and so obviously that makes it easier for me. But I had a good time, and the fact that it was at night or was a long shoot, no one gives a shit about that at the time because you're doing something that you really want to work on.
Yeah. So there was the night that my first walked and Gavin got promoted. That was the night where I had to go out and tell everybody to pay attention to what I'm saying. And I said, look, we're going to go to 4 o'clock in the morning. If anyone has a problem with this, can they leave now? And I said, and then I said, can you put your hands up if you want to leave? And nobody put their hand up. So I think it was me. I think it was Frank Hellebrand. He got his credit card out and he bought all this beer. And all the beer started coming in, people started drinking. So there you go. So that's how we kept them there till 4 o'clock in the morning. So
See, I told you, the whole thing was running on beer.
Yeah.
Like, it was only just a little bit later in the 90s that the whole of TV ran on Coke. At this point, all independent film was running on beer.
Yeah.
And Pro Plus as well.
Pro Plus.
Pro? Oh my God. Have you enjoyed catching up this evening then, everybody? Has this been tonic for you? It's at a difficult time for everybody.
Yeah. I finally got my coffee.
Fantastic. Yeah. Well, like eBay. And this is a copy from I don't know, I think this is the US copy or something.
Yeah, it is.
Did you put the Canadian? No, it's the Canadian distribution. There's actually a Canadian distribution.
Really? Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Because my DVD covers orange. It's completely different. Yeah. Fantastic.
Do you like any of the DVD sleeves to these, Ian?
No. Our poster's much better than all of them. The one that Charlie took a photograph. Oh, this one in the background. Wow, it's cool. Yeah. Oh, I might buy that from eBay.
I'll sell you mine, mate.
Okay, well, the Killing Zone is available somewhere on DVD, I'm sure, for any physical media hoarders like myself. I can't give it up at all. So I'm going to track down a copy of the Killing Zone if it kills me. In the meantime, if you've enjoyed this stream and you've never seen the Killing Zone, or you haven't for a while or whatever, there's going to be links to that in the comments section below. That's that little bit down there. Or you can find them on the Rebecca Gold channel, which is Ian's channel on YouTube. The Mega Geek himself, still blowing people away, still making it happen. He's not still paying people in beer. I think we'll have to go to the cast of Rebecca Gold about that. See what Katie's got to say about that. But yeah, he's still plugging away. Yeah. So if you liked this video, it's really simple, really easy way to show it. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. You don't want to miss the next one. Yes, we're going to do some more of these because the story doesn't end there, so there'll be more of these. Like, subscribe, and share the video on to anybody you know who's interested in filmmaking or could be a fan of The Killing Zone, that wonderful film that we've been lavishing all this praise on this evening. More to come. Mad Dog.
Well,
it's come back to get you.
Well, next week we've got room for 512, and we'll have Melissa on. Hopefully, we'll get Podrick on, and and Gary Hales. Gary Hales.
Oh, right.
Nice.
So it catches up with all of you eventually, doesn't it?
Sorry, say again.
It catches up with all of you eventually. I was going to say, Mad Dog, he thought he was out. He thought being dead and flat on your back, that wasn't enough. we pulled you back in there. So Alan Dunlop says here, beer and pizza, just shoot food.
Yeah.
Lots of happy memories here from people in the chat.
Superb. Absolutely superb.
What did he say? He had to tell the police. The fire brigade.
I'll get that back. I had to tell the police and the fire brigade about us using theatrical firearms on the location management comms. Glyn had all the fun, it seems.
Yeah.
Location manager.
Yes, he was. He was very good as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm glad to bring it all back to life for you, gentlemen. Anybody else watching or listening out there, commenting in the chat, get in touch. I'm sure these guys would love to hear from you. And we'll get some more faces from The Killing Zone next time. Who will that be? We're going to have to wait and find out because we don't know exactly yet, do we, Ian? But it's all going to come together.
Friday. Hopefully Friday. This Friday come in. So hopefully, I don't know what you're doing, but I like to do it every Friday.
That was superb.
We'll return like James Bond.
So yeah, thank you all for your company. Like, subscribe, and share the Spacebook. Say good night, everybody. Yeah, there'll be more of this to come, more of that.
The Brady Bunch.
Bye from Canada.
The Killing Zone Live will return. But yeah, it's bye for now. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.